My name is Sharon Everett. Today I will be talking to you about a profession that interests me and for my future. I can imagine many of you have traveled through the pass points and at the airport or border with those officers that seem very mean and uptight in a way. I can see why. A few years ago, I had an experience and thought the same way of them. Now I can tell you that their jobs aren't really easy and that are tough. I will be telling you the history of them, of this profession, what they do in this profession, and pros and cons of the profession. CBP officers, which means Customs Border Protection. On March 1st, 2003, U.S. Customs and Border Protection became the nation's first comprehensive border security agency with a focus on maintaining the integrity of the nation's boundaries and ports of entry. On July 31st, 1789, which traded its original functions, then no role as a provision or numerous federal bureaus and agencies. On March 3rd, 1891, immigration inspectors were given the responsibilities to the establishment of the officers of the Superiorment of Immigration. On August 20, 1912, the agriculture inspectors who passed the Plant Quarantine Act so no infested agriculture goods could be brought in. Now, since May 28, 1924, Border Patrol inspectors were brought with the responsibility of maintaining integrity of the border of the U.S. And just to add on January 17, 2006, CBP Development on Air and Inspection Division. Now I will tell you what this profession does on an everyday basis. All CBP officers have differences and do very different things. All officers always have to be observing and what the status of the people that are coming and leaving the states do or have. Checking illegal documents is a must in an everyday basis for this job. Checking what the person has with or on them has also a big responsibility because it could be a threat to everyone in the country or at the border or at the airport. Agriculture immigration checks for foods or any object that are not legal in the US. Check the legal documents, any criminal history, and legal status. But mostly agriculture immigration, what does is check that you don't have nothing that could infest the goods of the country of the US, such as food or any plants or animals that could not be good for the environment here. Now, Border Patrol are usually the ones that are at the borders and mainly check either what you have in your car or vehicle or anything or anyone who is traveling to the US and wants to come in. Also, they do check your legal status and if you are allowed to come in the US, which every agency does. And also, now the air and marine are mostly on airports or either water. They usually check for boats or anything that has illegal drugs or trafficking of people also. Now I will tell you some pros and cons. Some pros and cons of this is pros are sometimes you meet famous people. I guess it's a good thing. You have benefits and also you can go into narcotics or being an ICE officer, which is my main goal, but first learn from them. And some pros from some cons of this profession is that you don't always have what you expect from people. Sometimes you have to be right away because if anything happens in your time of your job, you are responsible for that because you always have to be on alert either to see if there's something illegal or if the person or objects that they bring in does bad for this country. And that's it for today. And I have all this information from a Netflix show that everyone can go see. And also, I've had some interactions with these people in an academy. Thank you.